As every high school student is dutifully taught, all living things are composed of cells. However, instead of thinking of our bodies as constructions of small microscopic cells, we think of them as a collection of organs, tissues designed for a specific task. When we get sick and ill, it is because of a malfunction in one of these organs. But if we were to really look at the causes of our modern-day illnesses, we would find the root cause to be far smaller, inside of the cell. A surge of recent research has discovered the microscopic causes of some of the most prevalent mental health diseases of our day in the humble microtubule. Microtubules are immensely important in the day-to-day functions of the cell. These cylindrical organelles, seen here as green strands radiating from the nucleus, are mainly comprised of protein. They provide structural support by forming the skeleton inside of the cell. They keep other organelles from moving around the cytoplasm and act as a rail system on which protein and other molecules can travel around the cell. In playing such an important role in the cell, says researcher Conrad Baum of the Fritz Lippmann Institute for Age Research, the irreversible elimination of microtubules will cause cell death. Microtubules are in fact particularly susceptible to damage that can cause cell death due to a property called dynamic instability. The ends of microtubules are constantly assembling and disassembling. This process, as the name would suggest, is highly unstable. To counteract it, tau proteins bind to microtubule ends. However, when introduced into the cell's microtubules, the enzyme kinases changes tau's chemical properties, causing them to abandon the cell. This phosphorylation of tau proteins leaves the microtubules unable to stably regenerate and eventually break down. No longer able to transport necessary molecules around the cytoplasm and thus proceed with life functions, the cell too dies. New research points to the phosphorylation and the breakdown of microtubules as a contributing factor to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. In Alzheimer's, cognitive function is severely impaired due to the rapid death of neurons in the brain. Research has found that one of the causes of such death is the phosphorylation of tau in the neuron's microtubules. When tau leaves the neurons, they combine into visible masses called neurofibrillary tangles, a hallmark of Alzheimer's disease. Although the breakdown of microtubules does not necessarily cause Alzheimer's, they do contribute to neuron death and memory loss, and are considered by most scientists to be a factor in the causes of the disease. In Parkinson's disease, the nervous system breaks down and patients slowly lose their ability to control their movement. Here, kinases attacks the microtubules of dopaminergic neurons. These neurons produce dopamine, the hormone that is responsible for voluntary movement. As patients' dopaminergic neurons break down, their movements become stiff and they would begin to experience strong involuntary movements and reactions, most commonly shaking. While to a degree, the death of dopaminergic neurons is seen in patients with Alzheimer's, it is far worse in cases of Parkinson's. The exact causes of Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, despite these recent advances, remains largely unknown. Unfortunately, because of this gap in knowledge, treatment and cures for these diseases have not yet been found, an all too startling reality for the life of those afflicted. Reporting for the South Hunterdon Science Review, this is Alana Kilcoyne.